Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn and I am very ill. So this video was supposed to be posted on Thursday, but I didn't because every time I get sick, I get tonsillitis. So that makes it quite hard to speak and quite painful as well. So please do appreciate my effort for being here and for trying to speak and being eloquent and putting my words out so that you guys can understand what I'm saying. So today I present to you this house. It is a island styled house. It has 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. It is on stilts or columns or whatever you call them. I also put in some rocks that I scaled up just to give it an illusion that it is somehow supported so that you don't think that your house is going to, fall off the freaking stilts. But it's not, this is The Sims, but I still wanted to make that illusion and make it quite beachy and quite islandy in the underside of the house as well. So with terrain painting and some wildflowers to make it look like it is, actually there and that it could be an actual house in the real world, because that's just how I build houses, to be honest. You do have a very large swimming pool as well that comes out of one of the main stairwells that is at the front of the house. You have a large swimming pool. So this house has 4 bedrooms. One of those bedrooms has 2 beds. I would think that it is quite good for children or teen or, I don't know, guest bedroom, something like that. It also has two bathrooms, I'm sorry, 2 bathrooms. One of them is the family one and the other one comes off the master suite. Nothing too impressive with the bathrooms, just, simple bathrooms. This house, the decoration inside, it isn't anything like out of this world, but it is very themed around the islandy styled houses or beachy houses. This house has a beautiful view. I put it in the island of Windenburg, and you can see out of the windows. Some of the windows you look at the mountains and the others you look at the sea, and I just love it. It is so good. Um, so the kitchen and the dining area is actually open. What my intent was with that is that I wanted to make it look like that this house was built a long time ago, but people renovated it over time, and they actually opened the space between the between the dining and the kitchen area. I did leave some partition walls there, and I tried to make it look like that, like older wallpapers and older flooring, but the furniture more newer, not modern, but still looks a bit newer than the floorings and like the walls and stuff like that. Lots of creams and very light blues. I also used green, but mainly in plants, because islandy styled houses do mainly have lots of plants and greenery inside of the house. And you will see that in the lounge around the television, you have practically a jungle. It's full of plants and flowers, and it looks very fresh and very outdoorsy, and I really, really like it. This is not my style of house, as you might have guessed, but I would actually live in this house. It is a quite good house. It has good spaces, and I wanted, if you have ever seen any of my videos, you would know that I like to make my builds very realistic. So anything I put in is for realism purposes. So I put random stuff around. Some things I'm putting around, and you might think, what is this? Where does this come from? I don't use any CC or any mods ever. I do not own any. The objects that you see that you might not recognize, they come from a cheat that you can unlock objects that your Sims use, such as plates and cups and mugs and bottles and stuff like that. If you want to see that cheat, I will put an annotation on the screen right now, or you can go to my channel. I have a how-to playlist, and it is how's it called? Show hidden objects cheat, or you can just Google it. It's very easy. So I use that cheat to get a lot of items that normally you don't have access to, and they look really good, like the milk jug and some bottles and like olive oil and stuff like that. Just adds realism to the house. As well, for realism purposes and very random, I put a computer in the dining room, because I have seen in real life people that don't have a lot of space in their houses, that they have like a little table. It's not even a desk, it's just a table next to a wall that has a computer on top of it. So that is what I did. Just to make it look random and realistic, I did that. So you do have access to the internet in the kitchen. So, if you were wondering, that you have. So I am really, really happy. We are almost at the 700 subscribers mark. We only have like a dozen subscriptions left. So if you are not subscribed and if you enjoy my houses and my videos, please do subscribe, and join our little community here on YouTube. I make a lot of videos. All of them are Sims 4 builds. I am back to the speed builds right now because I am able to. For a lot of months, my screen recording program was glitched up and it wasn't working properly. So I've gotten another one, and this one works pretty damn well. So I'm back to speed builds. If you have any questions on how I do things, you can always post them in my comment section down below. If it's something that it's hard to explain, I will make a tutorial video about it so you can actually see how I do things. If you have doubts about cheats and how I can move things up walls and make things larger and stuff like that, or if you are just new in The Sims and you have no idea how to build, I have a lot of tutorials on my channel. I even have a playlist with all of the tutorials for your own convenience, so you can go pick and choose the ones that you want to see. As well, if you want to follow me on the gallery, my gallery ID is Simsonia1, and that is no spaces, and Simsonia is the same way it's written down below. And a lot of people ask me why I picked Simsonia. So Simsonia, Sim, obviously, that means for the Sims, and insomnia, because I tend to build at night. I have panic disorder, and sometimes I have a very hard time falling asleep, and I suffer from insomnia sometimes. So I tend to build at night when I cannot sleep, just to make me feel a bit sleepy. So that hence the name. So there you go. That everyone is asking, like, oh my god, why is that your name? I don't understand. So now you do. So as you can see, for me to put all of those books on top of the bookshelf, because I have those tables behind the sofas, they will automatically go there. But if you fill the spaces, you can just easily press the 9 key and put books on top of bookshelves and stuff like that. So that's a really handy tip as well. And I did realize at the end in the few screenshots that some of the items, not in this particular bookshelf, but some of the items in the kitchen are floating. So yeah, I did move them down before I downloaded it. No, not before I downloaded it, before I uploaded it to the gallery. But If I do have some floating, please let me know so that next time I can be a bit more careful. Um, I don't know how it works exactly when you download a house that has been built with move objects. If you download the house and don't have the move objects cheat on, if it places things correctly where I put them. But in any case, it is a good idea to have your move objects cheat on. If you don't know how to do that, you just press on your keyboard Control, Shift, and C. That will open up a typing box on your top left corner of your screen. And there you just type Move Objects space, then on, and then you press Enter. It will say, no, I'm saying this wrong. First, you need to do testing cheats space on. In that, the typing box will open up and will say cheats are enabled, and then you press move bb dot move objects space on, and then press the enter. Oh my god, am I making a mess and confusing you? If you don't want to be confused, or if you were very confused with that, you can just, for the third time, go to my tutorials, because I explained that there, uh, more, more better. Yeah, that is English. Better than I explained it right now. I am quite rambly. My voice is quite raspy and my throat is quite sore. So please, I'm suffering here. So if you didn't know, on the 19th of this month, The Sims announced two new stuff slash game packs we are getting in the future. So one of them is scheduled for springtime, and that is restaurants. And in summertime, we will have kids. Uh, I don't know if they add anything new to your gameplay, what items comes with it. They haven't even released a trailer. They are making a whole big mystery around it. Uh, they are now releasing information at all about anything, and it's quite bad because I'm very curious and I can't wait to know what I will be able to do in the future. If you don't know, I am not really a player. I obviously played The Sims a lot in my own time, since when it was released and when Get to Work was released and Get Together as well. But I really get tired of playing. I don't have lots of imagination with it. I just like building better, so I use it to build. So I would love to see what new items comes with it. The kids, I think it would be very good, um, just because there's not a lot of things to put in kids' bedrooms now, are they? And there's only one thing that I was really disappointed. And the only little clip that came with the kids, they used a bed that we already had, and that makes me think that they won't be adding new beds, and that is just disappointing. We only have a few beds, and it's just ugh. The beds that we have are horrible. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of using the same beds over and over again. I mean, with traditional styles, you have the traditional, you have the rustic, you have the eclectic, and you have modern, but still you don't have a lot of color swatches, and it's just you end up using the same things over and over again. I mean, there are a lot of dining tables, a lot of chairs, a lot of sofas. Now, beds, there's nothing. I don't understand. It's just frustrating for a person that only builds, because you end up using the same stuff over and over again. In this house, I actually used the rustic beds. I even think it is the same bed in every bedroom with all different color swatches, and that's just the way it has to be in The Sims 4, I guess. I guess also I'm very used to The Sims 3 in that point, because I had lots of beds and I had store content for beds, My least favorite things to furnish is bedrooms. I just don't like them. My favorite is always lounges or living rooms. Bedrooms, I hate making bedrooms. So that doesn't help that we only have a few choices of beds that we can use. So my next build, I have started building uh, a Dutch canal house in like from Amsterdam. If you don't know, I am Dutch as well. I have double nationality, Portuguese and Dutch. I have never lived in Holland, but I have spent there a lot of time with my family on holidays and stuff like that. And I have family in Holland still. Um, I was building it, but I am not quite sure if I'm going to upload it just because the outside of the house isn't really detailed at all. If you have ever seen any of those houses, the most detail the houses have is on the roofs and the windows. For the rest, the walls are always straight. There are no cutouts or pop outs. There are always straight walls, and sometimes in the Sims that just doesn't look good. I will post a picture on Facebook to ask people if they want me to upload it. And if you do want me to upload a Dutch house, please let me know. It is 4 stories tall, so it's a very tall house. Uh, I'm just not quite sure if I'm going to make a video out of it. I might still put it on the gallery. I'm not quite sure what to do about it. I don't feel like it's the most creative job yet, just because there's not a lot that I can do with the house on the outside part and still make it look like a original Dutch house, because that is what we want, right? Dutch houses are straight, they have straight walls, so why would I add little pop outs and cut ins and stuff like that? It just doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? So, yeah. So, if you want me to still make a video out of it, please do let me know so that I can try and make it work somehow. I have no idea how, but I will try to do something. I am quite a perfectionist, and there are loads of houses that I built, and you might look at a house and say like, wow, that is amazing, but I'm not happy with it, so I will just demolish that thing down, you know. That's just how I work. It has to be 100% authentic Dutch, otherwise I won't do it. um, so we have screenshots coming up in a couple of minutes. I put a beachy song so you can, swing your hips with that beachy song. uh, I don't know why you would, but if you want to, no one would judge you. There are loads of screenshots of this house, of every angle, outside, inside, and after that it's the floor plan. If you do want to download this house, you know the drill. The link is in the description box below. You can just press that link. It will take you directly to my origin page where you can add it to your favorites and download it in your game. Otherwise, if you don't want to go through that hassle, you can always search for my origin ID on the Sims 4 gallery. And once again, my no, not orange, my origin ID is Simsonia1, no spaces, and Simsonia is the same way it's spelled down below. If you want to see the Dutch house screenshots, be sure to add me on Facebook. So if you go to my channel, you will see all of the icons. I have Twitter there, I have Facebook, I have Instagram. I don't use Instagram just because I don't really understand Instagram. But you can follow me. You won't see anything from me there, but you can. You can. I use mainly Facebook and Twitter. So if you do want to add me on those social media things, it's there on my channel. And if you are new here, please do subscribe. I make videos quite frequently. Now we will see when the next video will be out. Because if I'm not posting the Amsterdam house, then I will need to build another one. Good thing I'm a quite speedy builder. I can make a house in a couple of hours. So if you do have any ideas of houses I can build from this different places, or themed houses is what I like to do most. Um, Let me know in the comments. If you don't want to comment, you can always send me a private message anywhere, and I will see if I can come up with something that you guys will like. So anyway, screenshots are coming up right now. I really hope you enjoyed this, and if you are still here, wow, thank you. 20 minutes. I'll see you guys later. Bye.